Hi, everyone.
Hey there.
We're back. It's Terry.
And Wendy.
We're the Whistles.
And this is Danger
Plus Survival.
equals fun.
Should I?
There's a bird in the house. How did that bird get in the house? Really, this quarantine is just crazy.
Unprofessional, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Guys.
Well, now there's a bird.
April Fools. It is Wednesday, April 1st, 2020. Day 19.
It's the first day of 420.
It is the first day of 420.
420.
It's day 19 in quarantine. Obviously, we're just our best selves at all times.
It's been so good, and we feel so great.
Welcome to episode 8.
Yes.
It has been a hot second since we have casted a pod. Our last one was March 21st. But I don't know about you, Terry. I feel like it is emotionally difficult to do a podcast right now.
Yeah, well, to keep up with it every day, certainly, because it's just a lot of repetition, you know?
Well, it's more like the subject matter for me. I don't really want to sit down and talk about this.
Yeah.
But I will say that forcing myself to do this is actually kind of therapeutic. It's keeping me grounded, talk about a couple of statistics, but also talk about good things that are happening in the world. It kind of centers you.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, we decided to do another one to just kind of let you guys know that we're still alive and still self-quarantining.
Right. And things have changed so much.
And we say that every episode.
Right.
But
now that there's been 9 or 10 days in between.
Yeah, now we really mean it. It's like, woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to that end, I re-listened to the first and most recent number 7th episode just to hear how things were different. And
remember how young and optimistic we were on the first episode of this podcast?
So the first episode of the podcast was Wednesday, March 11th. I said we were doing it on my lunch break, which is funny because that doesn't happen anymore because work has been just nonstop avalanche of insanity. We had guessed at the time that it was deadlier than the flu. Mm-hmm. We have since confirmed that fact.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, on the 11th of March, there were less than 200 cases in New York State. There were 100 cases here in Westchester County.
Mm-hmm.
I had remarked that everything was still business as usual. School was open.
Yep.
Everyone was out and about, and that we were right on the precipice of some crazy stuff.
Yeah. This was before we even went shopping for the last time.
It is. And you had made a comment about what would happen if they banned mass gatherings.
Mm-hmm.
And I had said that we weren't in survival mode yet, but there was going to come a time when we didn't feel safe going to the store anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like we're there.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's an adventure.
I'll amend that. I feel safe if we take the proper precautions and everyone else is also taking the precautions. But it's a pain.
Yeah.
The gloves, the mask, and
the fear.
And the fear and the anxiety in the store. And then when we get home, either, what they're telling us now is the options are leave your groceries outside for 3 days, which I don't think we can do anymore now that it's getting warmer. I don't think that's a responsible thing to do.
Yeah, it's not really.
Also, there's
an option.
Raccoons and squirrels and stuff.
And skunks, yeah.
But now we need to bring it in, take things out of the containers they came in, throw those containers away, or disinfect those containers because now we know that coronavirus can live on surfaces for much longer than we originally thought.
Mm-hmm. And you just have no idea. And also, throw all your clothes in the laundry and take a shower.
Right.
We're going with full, radiation protocol, basically, because that's the safest way to be. Because, again, you can't find a straight set of facts that you can truly trust out there. So you want to just take all the precaution.
Right.
Just based on, the evidence is out there. You can see how this is affecting people in other countries. It's obviously a big deal. It's obviously a lot worse than they're making it out to be. And they just don't want you to panic. So
The market to keep crashing.
I'm certainly not telling you to panic,
No,
because panic never helps anything.
we already did a whole episode called "Don't Panic."
Yeah, it's like
Don't do it.
one of the planks in our platform is just not panicking. Just don't panic. But you got to take it seriously, folks. You got to stay the fuck home.
Well, I need to do a kids moment. I need to talk to the future.
All right. Gather around, children.
At the same time, like, this feels like a very overly documented period of time. We have more cameras than ever. We have more microphones than ever. We have more news outlets than ever, and access to all of them at all times on the internet.
Yeah.
So right now, I feel like I'm so saturated with news that it seems silly to talk about it. But who's gonna want to look back on this? I just want to say, Terry mentioned the lack of clear information, which seems a little counterintuitive in this age with cameras and microphones and all the news outlets you could ever want.
Yeah.
But yesterday, just to give you a small slice of what we're experiencing in addition to the pandemic, our president, Donald Trump, is the president of the United States of America. God help us all.
Donald Trump is the president.
And he had a pillow manufacturer known as the My Pillow guy in
The My Pillow guy.
in the Rose Garden.
I got a My Pillow, by the way.
A My Pillow.
They suck. They suck so
It's a
bad.
bad pillow, and he's a bad man. And he is one of Trump's major supporters. And he got up behind the podium with the presidential seal on it, with the president standing behind him. And he said that we should all be using this time to stay home and read the Bible. Just that scenario is so representative of what we're going through right now that I just wanted to remark upon it.
Yeah. Yeah, there comes a time, folks, when, you got to acknowledge the difference between your beliefs and your faith and science and reality, and,
Yeah.
there's a line. There's a line.
Well, there's a quote that I love by Philip K. Dick. He says, reality is that which, when you stop believing in it, doesn't go away.
Exactly.
And if you want to talk about a reality check, this is it. I mean,
Yeah.
you can stand at that podium all you want and spout all the nonsense that you want because you donated a bunch of money to a sociopath to become president. But that doesn't change the reality.
Yeah.
It doesn't change what's
It's-
actually going on.
It's going to get you no matter how hard you pray.
It's true. And they are doing, capital T, they are spreading so much misinformation. Like, it's really difficult to see what's actually going on. But we know what's going on because of these statistics. So let me move on to Saturday, March 21st. Okay, so everything we just talked about was March 11th. 10 days later, we did episode 7. And we talked about how they weren't enforcing things yet, that everything, all this quarantine, all this self-isolation was on the honor system.
Yeah, they were asking you nicely.
Right. Please stay home. And what they have discovered again is that people are stupid and people are not staying home. People are going out. They've closed a whole bunch of businesses. Like, all non-essential businesses are closed, but people are still going to the park and the playground and on play dates. And now it's starting to have consequences.
Yeah.
Now people are getting sick. And we talked about how the cops probably wouldn't want to interact with the public and probably wouldn't be enforcing these fines. Like in New York City, it's like a several $100 fine if they catch you violating the shelter in place order. But they just reported today that 1,400 members of the NYPD have coronavirus.
Yeah.
So I don't think, I mean, they're essential employees, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But okay, this is what happens when you force sick people to come to work.
Yeah.
Everybody gets sick. Our big headline of the day on March 21st was New York COVID-19 cases surpass 10,000. And today we are at 22,000 cases.
Yeah.
That's up 19% just today. We had a 19% increase. And again, we are testing more and more. We're testing.
Yeah.
But these are a lot of cases. Let me just give you the rundown as of today. We've now surpassed every other country on Earth. We have the most.
Yeah.
More than Italy, more than China.
And China is the biggest, most populated country in the world. So good job, America. We're number one.
We've now reached, we're almost 1 million worldwide cases. We're 931,545 cases in the world. And in the whole world, about 47,000 people have died. In the U.S., we now have 211,000 reported cases. 22,000 cases reported today. It's a 12% increase over yesterday.
Wow. That's today, the 1st of April.
Today, the 1st of April. And I just want to go back and compare that because in the whole United States, as of March 21st, we had 25,000 cases. So they have increased almost tenfold
Yeah.
in that short amount of time.
Well, the reality is that we had more cases than that at that time.
Very true.
We've just started testing more people. So, fact is, this virus has probably been going around the country for a couple of months already on a large scale.
Yep.
And a lot of people have probably already had symptoms and gone through it and just passed it on to other folks. So,
And I read today that some study in Iceland suggests that 50% of coronavirus cases display no symptoms.
yeah.
And that is why we all need to stay home and act as if we have it, even though it feels like we don't.
Exactly.
Maybe we both have it right now.
That's true. Maybe
And
we
we
do.
don't know.
And we're asymptomatic. And so that's why we're staying home.
Just acting like we have it. So, New York State, and this is the last statistic I'll share because I know they're kind of a bummer. On March 21st, we had 11,675 confirmed cases and 55 deaths in the whole state. We have doubled the amount of cases. We now have 22,000 cases and 355 deaths. 88 today reported. That's up 33%. So what we're hearing is that we're going to be reaching the apex like in 3 or 4 weeks, and that we really, 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 really need to flatten the curve, and everybody stay home.
Yep.
And people need to take it seriously, and it has to be every state. It can't be just New York doing it and New Jersey not. And I mean, they're doing things, but that's just as an example. Like bordering states, if you have people freely coming and going, then it doesn't matter how good you're being if people are coming into your state anyway.
Yeah.
I think we should talk. We mentioned before briefly a story about people coming onto a particular island off the coast of Maine and buying all the toilet paper. Well, there's been a development.
Oh, yeah,
Do you
so
want to
there's-
tell this story because it has made national headlines?
Yeah, so there was another story about Vinyl Haven Island, which is an island off the coast of Maine. It's about an hour and a half ferry ride out in the middle of the ocean. And I guess there's some guys from New Jersey that were up there working, or something
They
like
started working in September. They've
Yep.
been going back and forth from Vinyl Haven to New Jersey.
that. Yeah. So they came back from New Jersey, and a bunch of people, I guess, confronted them, a bunch of the locals, and
Well, they asked them politely if they would quarantine
yeah, they asked
themselves.
them if they would quarantine themselves, and they're from Jersey, so of course their answer was probably like,
Don't
"Hey,
you tell me to quarantine.
yeah, you go fuck yourself, pal." And so
Don't you talk about my family.
so a bunch of the locals took matters into their own hands and chainsawed a bunch of trees down in their driveway.
Just a tree. Maybe.
Yeah, well,
We're
whatever.
gonna embellish and make it a tall tale.
Yeah, we're gonna tell the story like we're drinking, because we are.
Oh, we are drinking
And we are. It's 5:00.
somewhere.
This is an early
6
pod.
o'clock here.
This is an early podcast for us, by the way. We're usually way more tired than this. But at any rate, so yeah, they were like trying to force these folks to quarantine, and they freaked out, and they called the one island cop, and I guess the one cop on the island was like,
Nah.
So they called the Coast Guard, and the Coast Guard was like, okay.
In full tactical gear.
Yeah, showed up with like a bunch of machine guns, and they flew a drone out of the house because they were scared. They wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was ridiculous, but yeah, there you go, Vinyl Haven. It's hilarious.
Can't wait to go back.
It's a hilarious
Really
place.
do love you people.
Yeah, if
I
you
love
guys have
Vinyl
ever seen the cartoon Temp Tales, you should look that up. Temp Tales, Fantasy Island. It's a great cartoon. It pretty accurately illustrates island life. It's great. I love that cartoon.
So, apart from that, there have been some other positive and or interesting developments. First of all, New York City Ballet, I think I mentioned them earlier in the series. I represent the dancers there, and City Ballet decided to cancel the rest of its season, which I do think makes sense. All of these closures make sense, and there's a ban on mass gatherings, so what you gonna do? And they decided to pay everybody out 8 weeks, which was the rest of the season. It's not everybody at their full pay, but
But
that was very good news.
it's something.
That was big. We've gotten some good results at our companies that are closing down. Speaking of good results, we are all going to be getting money from the feds.
Yeah,
Thanks, feds. Finally.
pretty nice.
The Congress has been working on passing legislation, relief legislation, stimulus legislation, trying to help a brother out.
Yeah, I guess we're all gonna get like $600 a couple of times, and
Yeah.
everything's gonna be okay.
That's it.
But we'll see.
We also have to pay rent and all our utility bills
Yeah.
and our car payments and everything else, but that $600 a couple times will help.
Yeah. Big time.
So I want to touch upon a cultural phenomenon known as Tiger King.
Oh yeah.
And it is a show on Netflix. Kids, Netflix was a video streaming platform on the internet where everyone spent the last 5 years of their lives.
Yeah, basically.
That's it. We used to get DVDs in the mail.
Yeah. Or go to video rental stores.
Oh, that's way back.
Or we just watched regular television or cable.
Or went to the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Or watched VCRs at home.
the beginning of when we assimilated with the machines
Yeah.
was Netflix.
It was Netflix. Netflix did us in.
We just started coming home
Right.
from work.
We
and
don't read books. We don't talk about our day.
We just Netflix and chill.
That's it.
Look it up in the history books. It's a thing.
It's gotta be in. I hope somewhere someone is like hand scribing Urban Dictionary in calligraphy into like
And
a
the people
book.
did Netflix and chill.
That
And there
will-
was much rejoicing.
that will
And eating
be-
of popcorn. And drinking of beer.
In like the
and soft
Vatican
drinks.
Library somewhere. So anyway, Tiger King is about some crazy rednecks that abuse big cats, and it's terrible, and we shouldn't support it, but it's like a train wreck that you can't stop watching.
Yeah.
It is good television.
It is very entertaining, very compelling.
Very compelling stuff.
Yeah.
We should save the tigers, though. Don't try to own exotic animals. Just, there are reputable big cat sanctuaries out there.
Mm-hmm. In other news, there's a lot of people live streaming lately, which is cool on the internet. I see a lot of my friends out there doing live streams.
We did it.
We did
it
a
with
little
sock puppets.
Yeah, we did a little spontaneous one. We made some sock puppets, but there's a lot of people out there live streaming little sets. There's one with Joey from Cousin Earth and his roommates coming up this Saturday. I think it's Saturday.
Joey.
On the Garcia's live stream.
We miss you, Joey.
We miss all our friends. We miss our band.
I spend so much time in the van with your band.
Mm-hmm.
I miss them.
Yeah.
Corey, Nate, Melissa, Joe.
Miss you guys.
You complete me. I miss the garbage you leave in the back seat of my van.
Yeah, it's only our garbage now. It's not the same. It's not the same at all.
There's a hole.
But yeah, a lot of people doing live streams out there. Sean Eccles, Andy Frasco, still doing his thing.
I don't want it to sound like this because I do care about the music that Sean Eccles makes because he is so talented. And just what a mensch. Sean, we love you.
Mm-hmm.
But almost more than the music, I am enjoying the slow motion videos that he is taking.
Slamming beers, yeah. That's quality content, my friend.
Well done, sir.
Yes, well done.
Anyone else we need to shout out?
I mean,
ourselves, right? We're gonna maybe do
we're gonna do a live thing soon. Maybe this Sunday. We'll see. But Lyle Davinsky's been out there. What's up, Lyle? Been doing his thing. Drake Descant from Primate Fiascos doing some just improv jams and offering piano lessons. Yeah. Like Consider the Source guys are doing master classes. I saw Isaac from No Mind doing an organ technique master class. I mean, everybody's out there. Like, it seems like everybody's doing their thing even harder right now.
They really are. And then you have people like Andy Frasco who just take it the extra mile and start internet trends. Like everyone get naked and dance around your house to the Pointer Sisters.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful moment, and we needed that, so thank you, Andy.
That was excellent. Super excellent.
Yep.
Anyway.
Our families are healthy.
Yeah, families are healthy. That's a good thing.
I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to say that, and it makes me nervous, and we're all getting nervous, and we're chatting more, and we're telling each other we love each other more, and it's good. Like, we should do that stuff anyway, but I think this is really just driven home how important those connections are.
Yeah, I gotta say, compared to where we were when we started this isolation experiment, so to speak, there's a lot more people going through some extreme hard times out there, and it's hard to watch.
It is. A lot of good people with a lot of hard losses.
So just want to remind everyone to stay kind and take care of your neighbors and take care of your family and, stay the fuck home.
For the moment, I'm still employed, which is good.
That's something to be thankful for.
Actually working harder now than I ever have at this job, so they better not fire me, take my money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think our plan is to keep making art.
Yeah.
We're playing a lot more music now.
Yeah.
Getting a tight 45 together.
Yeah. And you guys are going to love this live set.
Learning some new tuneskis.
Yeah.
I'm playing flute so much more. I think in the last month I've played my flute more than I have in the last 5 years, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it when you flute.
Thank you. I like fluting with you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just keep on keeping on. Can't do anything else. We're here for you guys. I'm doling out free legal advice left and right.
Yeah. And when we say we're here for you guys, we're here in our house, not leaving.
Don't touch us.
For you guys.
Right.
Yeah. Just like you should be doing.
We're doing
for
it
us.
for you.
Thank you in advance.
Well said. Well, we don't have any new music to drop. We don't have any, like, big news.
Nope, just another one for the books, just to let you folks know we're alive and we're gonna we're gonna be reaching out, and so
We're gonna make it through.
yep,
Don't worry.
there we go.
They're there.
Here we go again.
Shout out to my husband.
Sweet dreams,
He's
everyone.
been the best husband.
Aw,
I'm glad I'm quarantined with you.
me too. I like being your quarantine buddy.
We're quarantine mates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
for life.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Love you all.